The longest commercial flight in the world is the 9,000-mile haul from Doha, Qatar to Auckland, New Zealand. It takes an astronomical 17 hours, in which time you could fly the world's shortest flight 1,155 times. In many cases, it doesn't make sense to fly a very short distance rather than drive, unless you enjoy physical proximity to others and being asked to take your pants off, but in such a case, you could just ride the New York subway at 11:30 on a Friday night. In most cases, you have to leave for the airport at least 2 hours before a flight, in which time you could drive 120 miles. If there's an obstacle to driving. The shortest commercial flight in the US, for example, is from San Francisco to Sonoma County Airport. This flight is flown 3 times a day by bus company United Airlines and usually takes about 16 minutes from takeoff in San Francisco to touchdown in Sonoma County. At best, the drive between these two places takes only an hour and 15 minutes, but at worst, the heat death of the universe happens and you never make it. The flight costs a minimum of $354 one way, which are prices high enough that you'd think these planes would fly empty. United Airlines has, though, with its 92 years of experience, learned that flying planes empty is bad for business. The secret of this flight is that it isn't made for traveling between San Francisco and Sonoma County. It's made for people coming from the rest of the country then connecting onto this flight. United actually prices a one-way flight from New York to Sonoma County via San Francisco for only $169. In that case, if you have a 45-minute connection than the 16-minute flight, it's far quicker than leaving the airport, getting a rental car, and driving through San Francisco to Sonoma County. Now, that's enough talk of United. I want this video to take off, and United's just not very good at that. While the Sonoma County flight is short, it's longer than 7 feet. It's also longer than the shortest flight. All the world's shortest flights are to or from islands, as cars don't work well on water, boats are slow, and so even the shortest flights to islands make sense. Scotland is a country, kind of, that has loads of islands, 790 to be exact. Many of the more inhabited islands have flights connecting them to the 2 largest Scottish cities, Edinburgh and Glasgow. There are some pretty unique ones worth mentioning, like this one from Glasgow to Barra Airport. This flight flies 140 miles, so it's short, though not excessively short. More than any other airport, pilots have reported that Barra Airport is a beach to land at. As in, it's difficult, but also that its runway is just a beach. It has a terminal and everything, but it's the only commercial airport in the world where planes land on the beach, and of course, the runway only exists for a few hours per day as the planes can only land at low tide. But this is all beside the point because elsewhere in Scotland is the actual shortest commercial flight in the world. The Islands lay north of less than one small store. For healthcare, and in many cases school, people have to go to the capital of the Orkneys, Kirkwall. Of the Orkneys, Kirkwall. Of the Orkneys, Kirkwall.
The dawn has arrived.
Tụi em sắp tay, YSL trên gọng dây. Silent on the phone, this Facebook em ring ring suốt ngày. Bạn em toàn con trai, thương này, nhiều đam mỹ và doanh nhân này. Em không giống Bích Phương nên lát nữa em ngã chết em đâu ai nâng thôi anh không chơi đâu. Đừng đưa cho anh, yeah. Thôi anh không chơi đâu, đưa cho ai đây. Đừng đưa cho anh, yeah. Thôi anh không chơi đâu. Đừng đưa cho anh, yeah. Thôi anh không chơi đâu, đưa cho ai đây. Đừng đưa cho anh, yeah.
Sao mẹ lại nói thấy em gái?
First light approaching. Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Thirty seconds until minions spawn. The sun always rises. chosen of the sun.